Y'all, anytime someone says, thank you so much for picking up this trip for me, and they put an incentive on a stand-up, that's a red flag. However, we're gonna get into that red flag later on in the story time. But me being new to being a line holder and picking up trips, I didn't know any better, so I picked up the trip, right? One thing about picking up stand-ups is that people typically do not put money on stand-ups because everyone wants to pick up a stand-up, and stand-ups are normally given to senior flight attendants. So they don't have to put an incentive on it because everyone wants it, number one. And number two, you're getting paid more to do less work. So essentially it's already an incentive in itself. So the stand-up that I picked up, it was gonna be doing 2 hours of work and getting paid for about 6 hours. So that's pretty much the incentive. You don't have to add any money on it. However, the person that I picked it up from, she put money on it. So it's the night of the stand-up, and I see that we have about 20 passengers going to our destination, and then coming back to Dallas is only gonna be about 33 passengers. So this was gonna be an easy flight. Okay, so boom, it's the night of the stand-up. I'm getting on the plane, and I see that the flight attendant, and I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's kind of like a little bit dry, but cordial, okay? You know the difference. There's the cordial hey and there's the welcoming hey. She definitely gave me cordial vibes, like I'm just here. Shut up. That was pretty much her energy, which I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I get it, it's nighttime. It was, I believe we had to report at 9:20, so it's already the end of the day. I can understand if she's tired and she don't really want to talk that much, that's fine. But anyway, so I gave the welcoming hey, hey girl, how are you? She's kind of like, hey, I'm fine. Dry. So I'm like, okay, cool. She don't really want to talk. Got it. So she's in first class, I'm in the back. Because the flight is so short, I am not doing service, so I asked her, does she need any help in first class? She says no, I should be good. You know, just do the announcements, do a trash run for me, all that good stuff. So we make it to our destination. It's fine, we don't have any issues. It was a light flight, it was a quick flight. We get there. We stay at the Comfort Inn Suites, and let me tell you something, it was not comfortable at all, okay? My bed, I felt like I was sleeping on pallets, straight pallets. The pillows were not comfortable. There was nothing comfortable about the Comfort Inn Suites, okay? I woke up every hour checking the clock to see if it was time to go. I promise you, I woke up at 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And at 4, I just went ahead and got up and just started getting ready because I didn't want to lay in that bed anymore. It was so uncomfortable. So you can add that to the list of reasons why your back may hurt as a flight attendant, because you are in uncomfortable beds, okay? And this doesn't happen all the time, but unfortunately it happened for this stand-up. And that is why old girl put $50 on this trip, because she already knew that these beds were uncomfortable. So from now on, I'm no longer going to work a stand-up that goes to this location, because I know that the beds will be uncomfortable, and it's really not worth sleeping on an uncomfortable bed for 4 or 5 hours. No, it's not worth the money. For me, at least, it's not. So I won't be taking stand-ups to that location anymore. Fast forward, we get on the shuttle, and I'm asking the other crew members, hey, like, was your bed uncomfortable? Because I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. Everybody, the pilot, first officer, the other flight attendant was like, yeah, it was uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, good. Because I just thought that maybe it was just my room, but no. We all agreed that it was uncomfortable, and we did not sleep well. So we get on the plane. Mind you, we're supposed to take off around 6 a.m., I believe. Yeah, let's say 6 a.m. I'm in the back, the forward flight attendant is in the front. We're gonna call her Sarah. So Sarah's in the front, minding her business. I'm in the back, minding my business. So now the boarding door is closed, we've pushed back, and we are taxiing on the runway. Before we take off, the pilot makes an announcement. He says that we have to wait on air traffic control to get cleared to take off. So it's gonna be in about 15 minutes before we take off into the air. At that point, I have a passenger who gets up out of their seat. They come all the way to the back and they ask me, can they use the restroom? Because, you know, of course they can't wait 15 minutes. So I get out of my jump seat and I make room for them to go use the restroom, right? So I'm sitting in a passenger seat that is empty and there's a passenger like on the other side. So we're, you know, talking, having a good little kiki. The passenger comes out of the restroom, goes back to their seat. Now, mind you, I'm still talking to the other passenger. However, it's now maybe 3-4 minutes that have passed out of the 15 minutes before we take off. I'm talking to the other passenger and then I get a call from the other flight attendant, Sarah, in the front. I pick up the phone and I'm like, hello? Sarah is like, we're on an active runway and you need to be sitting in your jump seat. Click. Girl, do not tell me what I need to be doing, okay? We both went to training. I know where I'm supposed to be sitting at. Don't worry about what I got going on back here. That's number one. Number two, it's too early to be trying to tell me what I need to be doing. So I'm already not a morning person, but to have another flight attendant trying to tell me what I need to be doing is super annoying. So I didn't hang up on her though. I was just like, okay, thanks. Click. Hang up the phone. So I get back in my seat. Mind you, I don't know why she was so pressed about me sitting back into my jump seat. Of course, we still had about 10 minutes left before we take off, and obviously I moved seats because a passenger needed to use the restroom. Like, the reason why I moved made sense, but I don't know why she was so pressed. Now, I could have made a big deal, hung up in her face, or I could have went off on her like, girl, mind your business. Don't worry about what I'm doing, where I'm sitting, you stay over there. But I didn't do that, okay? I was like, you know what? Okay, thanks. Hang up the phone. I get in my jump seat and I just take it with a grain of salt, throw the salt away and keep it pushing. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Just move on. Don't have attitude. Keep it cordial, keep it cute. This is our last flight together. Once we land, I'm done. I'm going home. Like, do not have a back and forth with this girl over where I'm supposed to be sitting, right? 10 minutes goes by, we take off. So of course I do my announcements because I'm in the back and it's a short flight. I don't do service. I go walk up to the front because of course, even though she was trying to tell me what to do, I already threw that grain of salt away. I'm like, let me go up to the front with good energy and ask Sarah, does she need any help? So I go up there and I'm asking her, hey, do you need any help with first class? Y'all, let me tell you something. 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 Y'all know where that came from, where the guy is like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Well, I've heard that audio way before I actually watched that clip. If you type in on Google, let me tell you something video, I would have never thought that that was the clip to that audio. But y'all need to watch it. Anyways, so I go to the front and I'm like, hey Sarah, did you need any help with anything? Immediately, Sarah is like, hey, you know, I'm sorry for telling you what to do. It's just sometimes I have my IOE instructor hat on and I'm just used to instructing people. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't want you to think that I was trying to tell you what to do. I just wanted to make sure that you know, got in the seat before we took off. Now, first of all, if you made it this far into the video and you have not liked it, what you doing, okay? That like button is not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt you. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the Pristine Posse, okay? Get that over with. Anyways, now, whole time, I did not know she was an IOE instructor, okay? A lead instructor. I knew that she's been a part of the company for some years now. However, on our badge, it doesn't say lead instructor, okay? It doesn't say IOE instructor, it doesn't say any of that. So I didn't know that she was an IOE instructor. So Sarah says her piece, she says, I'm sorry, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, girl, it is okay, I understand. You know, we having a good kiki from that time until the end of the flight. And now I say all this to say, I didn't know that she was an IOE instructor, okay? The issue with working with senior people is that you don't know what other positions they hold. Now, let's run it back to when she called me when I was not sitting in my jump seat. Now, if I would have went back and forth with her, or better yet, if I just hung up in her face, because that's probably what I would have done if I wasn't up on game, because I don't even go back and forth. I just click, girl, shut up. So if I would have done that, right? She would have snitched on me. She would have definitely had me pulled into the office, told our supervisor that I was not sitting in the jump seat, I'm not following rules, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. And you know why her snitching would have held rank is because she has a higher seniority. She's been with the company for X amount of years, and she's a lead instructor. So she's used to following the rules. She's the person that after you finish training, you go to her and then she teaches you how to be a flight attendant in real life. So she is that final check before you actually become a flight attendant. When it comes to working with other flight attendants, you need to be nice and cordial to everyone, but especially those senior to you. Because if they would like to snitch, or it wouldn't even be snitching, it would be saying what you're not doing correctly on the job, what they're reporting is going to hold rank because they have been with the company for many years, okay? So please think about that before you decide to go back and forth with another flight attendant. Anyways, that was my quick little story time, okay? Make sure you are being nice and you are being cordial. You never know who you're working with. They could be a lead instructor, an IOE instructor, a line check holder, any of these other terms where they know the IOM front and back. It is a Bible. They are trained to know all details of the job, and if they want to, they could tell on you. Sarah and I, we ended on a good note. We ended up talking about other stuff. She gave me some tips about being a line holder. So we ended up on a good note. However, if I would have had an attitude, then she would have had an attitude. It just would have been bad energy on the plane. And that's what you want to avoid, the negative energy on the plane, okay? You don't want to have that type of energy because everyone feels it, and that senior person 9 times out of 10 will tell on you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like it up. Let me know in the comments if you've ever worked with someone senior to you and if they gave you any problems, or if they told on you before, or if you just knew you need to be on your P's and Q's. Let me know in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.